Hi, thanks for calling Alley Cat Chat. Who is this?
My name is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. I'm actually eating I'm eating an apple pie cupcake from Lydia's. It's like freaking for our birthday, mind you. It's really fantastic.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
I haven't eaten at Lydia's yet. I've had Great Scenes, which is amazing, but
They're
I've not
amazing.
been to. I haven't been to Lydia's yet, but I know that there's kind of like a little brouhaha boiling up.
That's interesting. Tell us what you've heard, because I have to tell you, especially on show day, I usually am like doing show prep and this and that and the other, and I've gotten a couple messages from people telling me that there's something brewing here, but from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you've probably been online more than I have, it sounds like it's not actually the different businesses, it's somebody else that's stirring between these businesses. What is your take on it?
So, and I don't know. I can tell you that I'm a pastry chef by profession, and I work downtown in Seattle. And I've certainly thought about opening something in Maple Valley, like a nice little coffee shop where you can sit down and have a croissant and a cup of coffee.
Oh, yum.
Right?
Yes, I'm sorry. That sounds so good.
There's not that meeting place here.
No,
and
I
know the huge loyalty to Great Scenes. And I've eaten at her place because, I don't always want to make my own cupcakes, and it's amazing. I know Lydia's opened up. And then just from what I've read online, it just seems like there's a lot of people talking about how they're very similar and there's enough room for both of them, but it doesn't feel like everyone agrees with that.
Interesting.
And so it feels like people are kind of starting to take sides a little bit and pitting each other against each other, which seems disappointing because it's a small community and, everyone wants to live in the kumbaya lifestyle. So it's confusing.
It's interesting. I love that you're a pastry chef. And then when you said croissant, you had me. It's like, oh my God, you had me at croissant.
Well, because you can't get a good croissant out.
No.
No offense. You just,
I'm fortunate. I have been to France. I've been able to go and sit and have a baguette or a croissant with my, oh my gosh, you should see where my head is right now. But okay, here's my take on it. And like I said, this is an opinion. I think, I honestly, and I've had both. I believe that, and I'm a small business owner, and I do, I have a business that there's a ton of them. Oh my gosh, it's seriously like when anybody needs like a t-shirt, and this is my 9-to-5 business. I do, garments and whatever. There's a ton of people, but here's the deal. I think there's room for everybody because everybody has their flair. You know what I mean? Everybody has their talent, or it's a little different from the next person. And you got to remember, these two, let's talk about these two businesses for a minute, these two bakery kind of things. They are vastly different in my eyes. You've got Grace Scenes is fantastic, and you're right. I mean, her cupcakes are great, and, she's way down there in Black Diamond. Okay. So that's great. And she's got a great demographic, and she's a lovely lady. And I mean, I don't know her. I just see wonderful, wonderful things about her. I do know Lydia. Lydia to me is that person that, her cakes, this woman has a flair for artistry, and creating cakes like probably no other I've seen. I've lived all over the world, and she's just got this flair for that. Okay. The other thing I will tell you, Lydia's grandma's cookie recipes are, oh my God, to die for. So, and I would say to you, when you said croissants and, coffee, I'm like, oh, there's a place for you too, because I'm telling you what, I could totally see myself sitting there enjoying that, chatting with some friends, and still being able to, give my business to all of these different bakery type places. You know what I mean?
I mean, no, certainly. And so, and hopefully not to offend anyone. But Lydia's isn't really a bakery. She's kind of a cake shop, just like Grace Scenes isn't. When you think of bakery,
there you go.
You think of a full gamut. Okay?
Yes, you're right.
And
you're right.
You have Grace Scenes, who's killing it in Maple Valley with her cakes and her cupcakes and her cookie selection, and then you have a shop that opens up that's pretty similar. I mean, whether their flavor is the same or the quality of their product or whatever. It's a pretty similar business plan, right? I mean, they both serve cupcakes. They both sell pretty much the same flavors. They both sell cookies. So as much as there is room for more than one cake shop, bakery, whatever you want to call it, I mean, it would have been nice to have a huge. Not that seen how the corner market on cupcakes, but to open up a shop that has. I mean, you can go get a s'mores cupcake from Gracine's or a s'mores cupcake from Lydia's. It kind of seems like a waste of space almost to have them so closely
but okay,
related.
so here's the question. You can go and you can get enchiladas from Hacienda Del
True,
Mar, or
true.
you can go and get enchiladas from El Caporal,
Heck,
or
I
you
go
can
to the
go
taco
get
truck.
enchiladas from the taco truck.
I love my taco
Or you can
truck.
go get enchiladas from La Fagata, or you can go get your pizza from.
Well, and see,
I mean,
yeah.
so-
But absolutely, but they're not the same. There's a full menu. If you look at Lydia's and you look at Gracine's, their menus, I mean, they're pretty mirrored if you want to be completely realistic.
Well, I don't know. I think that's
However,
interesting.
I
It
have
is interesting.
I have talked to Lydia, and these are all recipes that she's had from 2014. These are her cake
Well, that's
recipes
fine.
that she makes for weddings and
Well,
birthdays.
I think it goes back to this, and here, let me put this. Let me put it in a little perspective here, because I'm in an industry that, I kid you not, it is oversaturated, and you have, and it's very, and it's similar in a way, because you've got gals that are doing it as a hobby, and then
Okay.
you have gals that are doing it like, well, I shouldn't say gals, because I mean that's a little sexist. So you have people that are doing it full time.
Right.
I'm a full time 9 to 5 shop. Literally, I'm on my property, but I still have a designated shop, and I offer screen print. Okay, all right. So here's the difference. And this is what I tell my customers, and actually other people that might not be my customers. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And my designs and my things, obviously I'm going to draw in a certain kind of demographic and a certain type of people. But I'm very realistic, because when somebody comes to me and I might not be the perfect fit, I'm going to tell them they've got a selection of all these people in the area that might be a better fit. Maybe they have just a different flair for it or whatnot. That's kind of how I see, these different businesses. Lydia, obviously, she had her clientele before she opened shop. She needed a bigger kitchen. She needed a bigger area to do her stuff. So obviously, I think, probably the right thing to do, and she obviously got a good deal, was to find, the commercial, outlet that she has. Gracine, I'm sure, was the same. So, I mean, regardless of whether or not your industry is the same, and maybe their menu might be, they probably have a flair. They have kind of their own customer base. I think we have enough people to make sure that both businesses flourish. And I think what's happening here, and I could be totally off base, and I hope I'm not off base, to be honest with you. I see maybe it's just middle people getting involved in stirring and doing some little riffy-raffy junk and silliness.
That's kind of what it seems like. It seems like now, like I said, it feels like from the online presence that I've seen,
right.
That there's, some people that don't like Gracine automatically because of like the company she keeps or who kind of endorses her.
Sure.
And then there's kind of the fight of, well, this one bakery does this, and then automatically the other bakery does exactly the same thing in the same time frame, and it seems kind of suspicious a little bit.
But isn't
And
that
of course,
the way
there's enough room.
But
there's
that's
enough
the
room
way
in town.
business is run, though.
Burger King and
I
McDonald's.
mean, Burger King, McDonald's. I mean,
I don't know.
somebody's got a good idea, and somebody's going to imitate it. I mean, any
don't
good
know.
idea is that way. So I don't understand how that's any difference in the baking world. If somebody comes up with a decent cupcake and somebody imitates it, I mean, that's
Well, but it's not even an
that's
imitation.
business.
Here's the deal. Here's the thing. I don't think it's even an imitation. I mean, I don't know about that. And I mean, you guys are probably more. I mean, there's more people that are. I live in the sticks. I'm online, and especially with this crazy pandemic, it's given me an opportunity to say, "Oh, I'm going to go outside and not follow social media," because it makes me super anxious. But I hope, and I would like to think that there's just not outside people stirring it up, because like I said, I think people's intents are great. I mean, okay, and I do, and to be honest with you, I've never met Gracine. I'd love to meet her, and I'm sure she's fantastic, and I hear wonderful. Oh, I'm sure she is, and I think she's got great things and whatnot. I know Lydia because I live pretty close to where she kind of, in Hobart, she was very close to us and whatnot. So I know her, and I have a little more background. What I do know is, if you get a cookie from Lydia, it's not going to be like anybody else's cookie, because it's these are special recipes and whatever. And I'm sure Gracine, And I'm sure, and I'm going to be totally like fair because, like I said, I kind of get it because my industry does the same thing. I'm sure that if I went and said, Gracine, tell me, what is your specialty? What's your favorite thing that you make? I probably am going to go, that's fantastic. So I'm kind of hoping that that we can see that and see what each of these people do wonderfully, because each of them have a commercial kitchen for a reason. You know, lots of people do.
Well, sure. Totally. And Gracine, if I'm not mistaken, I think Gracine was letting Lydia use her kitchen for many, many months.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Commercial kitchens are hard to come by. To have a business when people start out, back in the day, and this is a long, long, long time ago, my husband and I, we had a very, very large company, and we had a very large auction business. And this is just this is going to sound really weird. This is a very weird analogy. But car dealers, this sounds really funny. Very similar. When they get into the business, they got to hang their shingle somewhere. It has to be a professional place. It has to be somewhere that has like an office. You can't do it from home. And it's kind of similar. So when you're starting and when you're getting your wings and you're kind of getting out there, whatever, you've got to hang your shingle somewhere. And so I would hope that, and I hope that maybe they could, rekindle that. Hey, this is great. This is kind of a, really it's a compliment. It's a compliment to Gracine in many ways. That's a compliment.
It's a compliment to Gracine if Lydia's doing everything she's doing?
No, my compliment is that she felt comfortable enough to go to her to start with, being able to have a commercial kitchen. And I think,
Oh, gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, but like I said, I think we have a big enough town and they are far enough apart. It's kind of like, it goes back to that, similar industries. We've got McDonald's, we've got Burger King. I mean, that's kind of a lame analogy, but it's a big one people can understand.
Here's an analogy. You have Ristretto's that does catering. You can go to Ristretto's and pick up a meal right now, and you have EJ's that does catering.
Exactly.
And they deliver your meal, or you can go pick it up. It's two like businesses, a little bit apart.
Doing different food, though. I mean, their
really.
menus they're not very similar. I mean, EJ's changes his up a little bit. It's not like,
but it's the same thing.
I'm just looking at it from my outside perspective.
Sure.
Like I said, I've never eaten at Lydia's.
I actually want to hear more about, instead of like focusing on Lydia's or Gracine's, you're a pastry chef. No, I want more croissants, man. I want Nutella croissants. I want cafe au lait latte to go with it. I want to sit there and God.
So my husband, I think you had my husband on your show.
Wait, is your husband Chef Alex?
He is.
Oh my God, I was just thinking. I was actually in the next segment. I was going to talk about him because we need to have him back. Oh my God, your husband's hysterical.
I was actually thinking about him today.
I know, and he told us all about you, and we were wanting you.
Ladies, he's still mine.
Okay. We'll let you have that. But you know what? We need to have you come on because he was so lovely about you and about how wonderful of a pastry chef you are. Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you. And it's 15, 20 years in the making, and like I said, we've toyed with opening some place where you can go and have a croissant and, some nice eggs and just kind of meet with your friends. But again, it's such a small community. And with Gracine's popularity, I certainly would never want to step on her toes. And I know there's room for everybody. But, we want to lift each other up instead of, competing directly with each other. There's a way for everyone to get along and do their own thing with their own flair because guaranteed, I make cookies all day long and I can use the same recipe as my assistant and they don't taste anything similar. So I know Lydia's and Gracine's have their differences and they always will. It just feels, more like a tearing down instead of a let's collaborate. You know what I mean?
Well, could that be an outside source though? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, okay, I'm in a weird industry. Nobody talk. I'm going to tell you something about the T-shirt business. I'm telling you what, the screen printer, well, not screen printers as much. Actually, screen printers are pretty good. It's mostly like heat press people and people that do it. Okay, here's the funny thing. It's mostly people that the difference between the hobbyists and the people that are doing it like 9 to 5. I am dumbfounded. Sure. I'll tell anybody any day. It's like if I will give away I don't call them secrets, but it's like if I can help you when somebody's learning to not make mistakes that I've made before, I'm going to tell you. I'm totally happy to help. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
But my industry is crazy. They're all like lock-lipped and terrible and nobody will talk to one another. And I don't like that.
The chef industry is no different. There are chefs that will hold on to their recipes and they won't share them and they won't give them away. And like I said, I have trained so many different pastry cooks. I've been at the Fairmont in Seattle.
Oh, see, that's what your husband said.
I mean, I've been at all of it.
Oh, I love
and
the W.
I can tell you that you
they
can
have
tell
good
the difference
shampoo.
between a cupcake I bake and a cupcake someone else bakes just because
Right.
not everyone has the same hand at it. And so there are lots of chefs that will not share any of their secrets with you, not their recipes, not anything.
Well,
And,
yeah, and I get okay.
you know,
if it's
so
like
I
if it's an
understand.
ancient Chinese secret, well, if it's like a bag, oh my God! See, now I want a bag. God, now I want
I
bread.
just like to say, Lydia, can I have your grandma's cookie recipe?
She won't give it to you. It's really good. But I guess my point being is like, and I remember when your husband was talking about you and talking about you working at the Fairmont and whatever. I mean, you obviously have a skill set and some talents, and you've got stuff that nobody's got. And I would hope,
Sure.
that if your dream, honestly, if your dream is to go out and have a little cafe or to do that, I would hope that other people that are in similar or in the same industry wouldn't stop you from doing that, because if that's your passion and that's your love, you are gonna have a following no matter what. If you go after it,
And certainly, I mean, the Maple Valley is a special little place where the loyalty is so
It's special.
fierce. I mean,
it is.
unfortunately, I'm from Southern California, which I know is not a popular answer. But Maple Valley.
Okay, we won't
like-
tease you.
I know.
We
Thank
won't
you.
tease you. That's okay.
I've been here for 20 years, so
See, you
know.
count. That's okay. That's long enough now. You pass.
Yeah,
That's okay. You're good.
Eyes
Shush.
transplant too. So
Stop it. I'm from Canada.
she welcomes
It's
other
hard.
transplants.
Oh, God, but I'm not.
It's
okay,
hard.
yeah. It is.
But,
It is.
you know, they're so loyal, and there's such this. I mean, it just feels like in the last month or so, there's this crazy divide that's happened between. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
Like
think,
there's
but see,
certain
I
people
think
in
it's
the community that have
sad.
been put on blast. There's people that have put on blast, and it feels like it's this like huge division. And that's what I was saying earlier with
Yeah.
maybe people don't like Grace Deans anymore because certain people endorse her. And
Oh, but I
then
would hate
Lydia's
that. I don't
kind of-
like that. Okay, now that, wait a second. Let's go back to that for a second. Because that makes me upset. And like I said, if this is a third party thing, that really frustrates me.
This is just the community pages that are kind of like,
Ugh.
one person will say, oh, wow, I like frosting. And then instantly the other page is like,
Yeah, trust. I know.
oh my gosh, we
I
don't
know.
put
So
frosting where purpose.
there is kind of a backstory to that. So that all happened after Lydia got a message from somebody in the community.
Yeah, it's kind of not nice.
And it made her cry. So at
Yeah,
the
it's
end of the
bad.
day, like making one of our new small businesses, making that
Yeah.
owner cry because you decide to be a dick.
It's not
Sorry.
Gracine. It's not great.
It wasn't
it's not
Gracine.
Gracine.
No.
and that's
This is
acceptable.
a
I mean,
third
making other
party.
people cry.
This is
No.
a
I
third
mean,
party.
Do you
So
hear?
that's
You're
when
hearing what, Lydia's side only though?
No,
Okay,
no. We saw.
so
Okay, wait. Hold
I
on. Everybody, hold on. I'm just hold on.
Two posts.
I want you to say. Hang on a second. Let me just hang on a second here. I want to be super, super clear because Jennifer, I totally, I understand where you're coming from and I see where your perspective is. Okay, and I want to say really quick because I want Adrian to explain this because Adrian was one that saw it. I read the messages that were sent to Lydia. Now, that's why actually in a way I don't know if you can tell I'm trying to diffuse something and try to explain this as a third party because I have actually
Sure, because I don't want to start a fight.
no, and you and I trust me. No, Jennifer, trust me. I'm still on the croissant, so I mean, like, oh my God, I'm total fan. But let me
drop off a basket
Oh God,
tomorrow.
please
for
do.
you.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. I have not been. And my girlfriend just went back to England. I'm all crying because I'm like, I want a sausage roll. And okay, no. So, but in all seriousness, okay. Here's where I see the problem, and it's not different businesses, and it's not like I kind of like need you to have this cafe because I need to go there. So, but what I'm seeing, and I can actually honestly attest to the fact that I read the third party messages to Lydia. This is not a Gracine thing, and it's not a Lydia thing. Stop it, Patrick. It is a third party thing that somebody got in the way and decided to take it upon themselves to be a total twat waffle. And is it 9 yet? Can I? Oh, you bet I can say it. I mean, an absolute asshole that is actually feuding a fight and trying to start a fight between the two. That is sad.
Oh no!
Each of them.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the hell his reason is, but I'm telling you what. These two ladies, they're wonderful. They're lovely ladies. There's no reason for them to quarrel. There's no competition. I mean, okay, friendly. We know we're all from the same town. But what I'm seeing is a third party trying to destroy these people. And I don't like that because I like creative, artistic people. I love small businesses. I love people that have passion and that want to go out and totally pursue their dreams. But what I'm seeing, and the first time this person really screwed up, because normally this person does not screw up so bad and put this in writing. And I will tell you, and when we're off the air, if you wanna message me, I will let you read it. It is disgusting. It is disgusting.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to read it. That's probably
actually,
between
trust
Lydia
me. Well,
and
that's kind of where I'm
You
at.
have to understand that this individual is causing these problems.
And it's sad.
It's a little bit like a joker. This is a
Yeah.
narcissist that is getting off on causing problems. And so that's
not
the
fair.
problem. And so the two catering shops themselves don't have any problems with each other, and they're probably still friends.
Well,
But
I mean,
there's
even if they're not, who cares?
And this individual is causing these problems, like Heidi says, is a third party person that just wants to see the world burn, and they've done this before. This isn't the first time that this person's done this between businesses. And so that's kind of the issue. It's not really an argument about one catering business over another. They both got their uniques and they got their charms. It's about these individuals that are trying to light a fire and get everybody upset for their own personal, sense of I'm important. Look at the problems I can cause, and it's all about them. It's
and when
not about the two
anxieties are
businesses.
high, and we're in the middle of something that we're all trying to navigate. None of us have ever been through a pandemic like this before. Let's be real.
Sure.
When somebody's stirring during such a time, that's when I have a real issue with that, and I find that sad, and I find that to be not helpful to anybody. I think Gracine's...
Well, it doesn't sound helpful, but it also
doesn't it?
I mean,
know.
and again, devil's advocate here because I don't really know anything.
Sure,
but it doesn't seem like it makes sense that this person, whoever this crazy person is, would just do this for sport. You know what I mean?
Oh, you don't know.
Well,
him.
I hate to say it. Okay, no, we both. Did you hear us both? We're like, well,
yes, I did.
unfortunately, and sadly, yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, he kind of does.
He just doesn't have anything better to do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
I've been threatened with restraining orders.
Yeah, by the same person.
Legal action for nothing I've done twice by this individual.
Well, and unfortunately, it's probably all coming to. I think it's coming to a head. I really do. I think it's coming to a head.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know. I'm actually seriously, this is kind of funny. Patrick's known me my whole life. I mean, this guy has known me forever. Okay. Adrian's known me for quite a while. I am kind of like, I try to find the peace where I can. And I love people. I love humans. I love love. I know that sounds hippy dippy, whatever. I love passion in people, and I love honesty in people.
Except for this guy that you're calling an asshole on there.
Well, no. So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you something. I was friends with this person. I was hurt by this person. You want to call that hate? No, it's hurt. It's absolute hurt. And I'm sad for him. And I really, really hope that something positive comes his way that maybe alters and changes his perspective on things. Because you know what? If you hate too much, you become hate. And I can't do that. I've already been sick. I know what it's like to be at your lowest low. And you know what? I don't wish that on anybody. I really don't. And I'm saddened. Hey, and I'm no perfect. Let's be clear. I know when my grace tank is not full, I can be, oh man. Oh, I think we just lost Jennifer. Dang it.
Darn.
Shoot. I bet she'll call back. But let me just finish my thought though, because I'm going to record this thought for prosperity. I am not happy with some of the things that this person is doing. But I'm also not a person who hates or wishes ill will on anybody. I wish goodwill on everybody. I wish everybody to see, and myself included, let's be real. The other day, I had a bad grace moment. I was probably not a nice person, but I tried to own up to it and I tried to learn from it. What I see here, Gracine, I know you're lovely and you've got a wonderful business, and I think that is beautiful what you're doing. Lydia, I think what you're doing is fantastic. I love what you're doing. I love your grandma's recipe of those cookies because I can eat them till I'm blue in the face. I love that Jennifer called in and she's going to open a croissant shop. Yes, I think you should, and I'm going to push you on that because I think you should. I think it's your passion, and I think that you will fill your seats. Maple Valley's growing. We're a town that can accommodate lots of different things. People, stop fighting against each other. Stop it. Pay attention. Listen to what you're hearing. Ask for proof sometimes. Sometimes you got to ask. You got to ask where somebody's getting their information. I'm very sad right now that somebody found it in their heart to actually send a physical message that is actually circulating now. There's a silly message going around that is berating somebody, and it took them down, and it's not nice. It's not kind. Come on, people, you can do better than this. Maple Valley, you can freaking do better than this. Stop. Just stop. We all are in this together. Everybody keeps saying this, and oh my God, the High School Musical keeps going. Oh my God, I keep seeing Zac Efron. Then I want to see him with his shirt off, and then I'm like, then it goes back to I see him as Ted Bundy, and I'm like, this is not right. So anyway, going on a rabbit hole. Jennifer, if you're still listening, we lost you. We didn't hang up yet, I promise. The internet's being really, really strange. And Patrick, I can't see anything.
Your phone has terrible service up here.
I got to tell you, we're working on this. Walt's going to try to direct line and Ethernet, but you and I both. You and I have experienced this firsthand.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to be.
We're being dicks here.
No, I don't have one, but you know what I mean? Seriously, we're not trying to be the vaginas.
No,
here.
and
the
thing
JJ
is
squad.
that I don't know.
How do you nicely out something that's the facts and it's the truth? How do you do that?
There is room for everybody. And now Jennifer did kind of point out a couple posts, and I did get clarification on them that they were actual jabs at Lydia. So Lydia had to respond in the way that she did, It was a jab saying that...
What was that other message? I don't know.
Oh, goodness, we're getting a call.
I know, but I had another message that I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. So there was a post saying, that one bakery has sneeze shields up and the other bakery doesn't. So, both of them, I'm sure, are doing whatever they can to make sure that their customers are safe, that nobody's sneezing on the goodies. There was another post about how one cinnamon roll has icing and the other one doesn't. What? Oh, we're getting
keep
message. Sorry.
Keep going. I'm all like, what?
So one has icing and one doesn't. So, Lydia had to respond saying, I expect that you guys put the icing on at home because you can heat it up and it, you get the drizzly goodness. So it's just petty. I'm sorry.
I'm getting messages
ridiculous.
now. I'm just like, okay, you know what? People, be kind. Stop it. Be nice.
Yep.
Stop it. Start
there is
being
room
nice
for both of them. I love Gracine.
There's room for
her.
everybody.
And I remember working with her through Hunter's stuff.
Wow.
And she has been she's been amazing in the community. She has.
I just got a message. Okay, listen to this. Okay, I just got a message, and I'm not going to answer. I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer this. Well, no, I'll answer the message because I have a problem. It's like, why don't you just read the message? It's so awful. Call me out and read it. Call me out. Do it. Who is it? Call me out. I'll share my messages. You know what? Share your messages.
Yep.
Share them. Go ahead, because I, you know what? Share them. It's fine. Share them.
But we're not going to call you out because you will.
Why do I care?
Us with another.
Well, I know, and exactly. When you don't respond to people, or you don't respond, or you don't answer their phone calls, or when they do call you to try to sort things, threaten them that you're going to get a restraining order. Come on. You know what? Seriously.
Bottom line, dude, you made somebody cry. You hurt her.
No. He or she, whatever the case may be, made a lot of people cry.
Made a lot of people
not
cry.
after that. That's bullshit. You know what? What time is it? It's after. Okay, it's 8:30. Whatever. You know what? You made a lot of people cry, and you had the chance to make it right several times. And you know what? Patrick's right. We should probably move on because it's ridiculous. Why are we even spending so much time on somebody that just wants to destroy lives? I have been okay, and let's be really clear here because everybody's anxiety is like super high. Oh God, actually, now Pat's drink it. Don't drink all that. I want some of that after tonight. Here's the deal. And here's something that this particular person probably doesn't know. I, for the longest time, did whatever I could to find the good in whatever. Try to reconcile, try to make things right, try to be helpful, try to do whatever, right? And ultimately, in my heart, I will never, and it's kind of like I told Jennifer, I never want bad for anybody. I honestly don't.
No.
I really, really don't. I want everybody to try to find their niche or find what's good. But it's really difficult when you feel attacked or when you're getting messages constantly saying somebody is out calling you. And hey, I've had it happen to me. I had a few people that know a few people of this whatever nature you want to call it say that I was a bad business person or I was this or I was that or I did this. It was all untrue and it was ridiculous. It was terrible. It's awful. Why do you ever want to cause such harm to people? Now, this particular person, let's be really clear. I've gone to bat because I've been worried about people coming after them because never would I want anybody to harm any children. Would I ever want somebody to hurt a family or do any of that? But you know what? I'm kind of fed up. I'm kind of done. I'm really done. When you make my friends cry or you say stuff or then you start texting me after a year and say, who is it? Call me out. I'll share my message. Do it. Share your message. Own your stuff. Be a big person. It's not hard to do.
And don't cause a freaking turf war where there isn't one.
My God, how many other, like you said, pizzerias, all that stuff. Why do you want to cause so much harm to people?
You've got Rothy's Subs and you've got Subway.
Whatever.
I mean, I remember I had made a post once. Somebody had asked for a catering business, and I said, the admins of the community page would fully support EJ's, and McKenna from Ristretto's messaged and she was like, hey, we do catering too. I had no idea. So now I make sure that I promote both of them.
And they do different stuff.
I promote both of them. You know what? We have Shift to Shine. We have Kyler's Auto. We've got Jonathan's Auto Detailing. 3 auto detailings all within Maple Valley. And we try to share the love.